I'm here with Derby Telegraph Chief Football Writer Steve Nicholson to talk about Derby County. Steve, positive news about Rams midfielder Will Hughes this week.
Yeah, really good news. If we just recap, of course, everyone will know that Will picked up a serious knee injury in the opening day of the season at Bolton. Such a shame for the lad, because he's a very talented footballer and he's a player Derby miss. He returned to full training on Thursday with the first team. He did the complete session. He finished the session with a small-sided game with contact as well, which is important when you're coming back from injury. It just gets you over that mental hurdle. So, he will be really pleased with that. Speaking to Darren Wassell, Darren said, Will had a huge smile on his face, and that's understandable because it's a frustrating time when you're injured. So the plan now is to continue training for him with the first team squad. If everything goes to plan, towards the end of next week, hopefully he'll be signed off from the medical team, and then they'll try and pencil in a couple of under-21 games for him. But the key is, and this is very important, they still will not be rushing him back into match action, and that's exactly the right thing to do. Because injuries like this, you've got to be very careful, especially in the last few weeks. You can't rush anything too much, and Darren Wassell and the medical team certainly won't do that.
Derby County head to Molineux on Saturday for the televised lunchtime game. What's the Rams team news ahead of the Wolves match?
Yeah, on the sticking with midfielders, George Thorne, who's had a bit of a stop-start season. George has kind of had a run of games and then a little niggling injuries kept him out. He's missed the last 4 games with a calf problem. He's trained all week, so he's in good shape and he's available for the squad for the Wolves game. It's interesting because Darren Wassell, when he took over as head coach 2.5 weeks or so ago, spoke to his medical staff and said, look, I want George Thorne fully fit for the run-in. Last time he maybe came back a bit too soon and broke down again. They need George Thorne right, and that's what's been happening. They've kind of concentrated on his training, got him right, and Darren said the player's feeling really good about himself, so we'll see if he comes back in at Wolves. And Darren Bent, who missed the win against Blackburn on Wednesday with a migraine, again a shame for him because he was going to start the game. He's recovered from that. He's trained also, so it'll be interesting to see where he fits into Darren Wassell's plans.
And the Rams go to Molineux looking for their 3rd successive victory after wins against Brentford and Blackburn. Yeah,
it's funny how quickly it changes. 8 league games without a win saw Derby go from top spot and tumble down the table. But the important thing was that they never tumbled outside the top 6, and that's been crucial. They've had a really bad run in those 8 games, 4 points from 24, but they never dropped out the top 6. Now, with back-to-back wins against Brentford and Blackburn, they're in a very good position. They're right in the mix again, and 3 points against Wolves on Saturday would see them move to within 2 points of second place Burnley. So you can see how tight it can be. So a chance for Derby kicking off early to make a statement. And as Darren Wassell said to me earlier, they've had a really big week so far, 6 points out of 6, and they could make it a special week.